guys. Welcome into ZBR. Z and B here today. Reed is with the family. So, real quickly, before we jump into Week 6 predictions, let's talk about Week 5. I went 9-5 on the week to go to bring me to 47-31 on the year. Man, honestly, not a real exciting week of football for me. A lot of Patriots pain. It really sucks to be a fan right now. All you see on like Patriots media is like stats about on this day in history, Tom Brady did this, and we haven't been this bad since this era, like pre-Tom Brady, or like since like Tom Brady's rookie year, or first full season playing, I guess I should say, not rookie year. But it's just down real bad. Like I think it's like, what is it, like 74 to 3 points in the last two games.
And you continue trotting out Mac Jones. Like, I've seen the report.
But it's still not his fault. That offensive line is terrible. It's one of the worst in the league, if not the worst league. He's got no time to throw. They won't put our best weapons on the field. We opposed to not trotting out Mac Jones. Mm-hmm. That's one thing. We're trotting out Devontae Parker for like 100% of the snaps every week, and Kendrick Bourne's fighting to get 50%. But Mac targets him, and Kendrick Bourne is a playmaker.
He's a solid wide receiver 2 or 3 on a team.
And just Ramondre, we need to get him going a little bit better. But that also comes back to the offensive line. They're just they're not playing well. It's just
when you have no passing game, it's going to affect the run game too, and that's where it's like hurting him a lot.
You know, week 1 offense showed up. And I was like, that actually kind of looked like about what I was expecting all offseason, what I was hoping to see. We put up 27 points. We're competitive.
It's a good team, too.
Yeah, Mac was throwing the ball. All right, let's go. But since then, it's just been, well, we beat the Jets.
I will say, I've seen some kind of report saying that Bill, I don't know how true this is, Bill is going to leave at the end of the year and either coach the Chargers...
No.
Or, God, what was the other team? Yeah, I can't remember the other team, but I was just like, all right, if Bill's going to leave, he's just going to be done.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to sabotage his way out the door either. I don't think that makes sense.
I don't think he will either.
For Bill. His legacy is...
Bandit, stop!
His legacy's already cemented. It does. Like, I know a lot of people right now, especially the younger generation, are going to think like, oh, Bill Belichick is old, washed coach, but they have no idea. Like, I'm sure they do, but it's kind of a damn shame to see it kind of come to this. I wasn't the biggest Patriots hater here. You can't really hate great, especially when you're in the opposite.
Believe me, people can.
Yeah, when you're in your favorite team in the AFC, I guess.
And I'm a Chiefs hater, so I get it to a degree too. So
yeah, I'm
a
Vikings fan, so really the Patriots getting in our way or winning had no effect on me. Like, we never even got to a position for you guys to even give us a reason to hate you guys. So.
And see, and that's why it's always been easy for me to like the Vikings, just because my two friends do, you and Reed, and it's like there's no animosity between the franchises. Like we rarely even play each other in the regular season, let alone like the Super Bowl. Like that's obviously never happened, but like it makes it easy. But and both of our teams, but we probably never will. We'll each be lucky if we see our teams back.
How cool would it be though to get that matchup at some point in our lives, like Vikings Patriots? That would be.
I hope whenever it does happen that it happens at a point where you, Reed, and I are all able to get together and enjoy it and make a good time out of it.
I kind of hope, though, at a certain point, the Vikings have already won a Super Bowl before then.
Just in case.
Just in case, man. Because, goddamn. I just want to see one.
Bill's going to be like 110, fifth heart transplant out there.
God, bro.
You got to run the damn ball.
Yeah, and then getting into the Vikings and their horseshit start to the season, where do you really begin? You shoot yourselves in the foot. I think we're leading the league in turning the ball over, which isn't surprising.
Also, probably leading the league in disappointment. That's what I thought you were going to say. That's what I think you guys are probably
Well, it's kind of crazy. Like I said before the season, I was like, this team is either going 12-5 or 5-12, and there's no in between. And it looks like they're going 5-12 by the way season's gone. Like, their defense is bottom of the league. It's gotten marginally better with Flores, but like there's a couple things where I've seen Flores run, and it's just like, man, what are we doing? Like, there was a play where the Chiefs were gonna run left, and we had like no linemen right there because of some kind of aggressive design, which you got to do with what the personnel you have. But my God, man! And then the offensive side of the ball, Kirk puts up great statistics. He's just Kirk Cousins, man. Like, you can't make up for the deficiencies on our roster, and then you start with JJ being out. Now it's really gonna get bad. Now, things are gonna get pretty ugly, and it's.
I think it's at a point right now. Well, I guess your silver lining is you're really gonna find out how good Jordan Addison is.
I think he's a stud.
We're about to find out if he is.
The only knack I can find about him is his blocking, but he's a rookie. He's
rookie receiver.
He's gonna figure it out.
He'll learn how. Not the rarest thing.
No.
So silver lining, you're gonna find out about him.
Mm-hmm. Of course, he is nursing an ankle injury right now, but I think he's good to
play. Yeah. But it's probably about time to go ahead and call it the end of the Kirk Cousins era, especially if you guys go ahead and drop the next couple games. Really got to look at maybe sending him to a team that's contending, needs a quarterback, or is a quarterback away from contending, I should say. Is probably a better way to say that, because I don't know how many teams that don't have a quarterback are contending.
Kirk needs to go.
I heard someone today suggest Atlanta as a spot for him. They're like, the only thing about that is I don't know if a quarterback with a no trade clause going into a contract year wants to go play for Arthur Smith.
Here's the thing, though. Where that rumor started was a podcast I listened to. He threw this idea out and it picked up steam nationally. But, like, he suggested Atlanta because Kirk's wife is from Atlanta. They have whole family there. They go there regularly. It makes sense to play. And then, like, and his dad lives in Florida. That's just right next.
And I'm pretty sure they could have the cap room to give him an extension next year.
Yeah, they have lots of cap room. They're a young team. They have really no big contracts tied up from what I mean, that roster is pretty young.
Yeah.
It would make sense. I mean, Arthur Smith, you kind of shit on him, but like in Atlanta, but like I looked at their offense and they're like 11th in net yards per play. They're actually not bad.
I mean, they know what they are and they do it well.
And it's not like Kyle Pitts doesn't get targeted, because they target the tight end position more than any team in the league.
His targets haven't been that high this year, though. Let me pull that up real quickly. I will say, though, I have never been super high on Kyle Pitts, even coming out of college. He just
looks like he doesn't really have a great work ethic. I don't know. Maybe that's just like me watching him play, but
he's just never done anything that blows my mind. I mean, I guess he is getting a decent amount. 3, 5, 9, 4, and 11 targets. So he is getting targets, really only doing much with any of them 2 games so far this year.
Yeah. I mean, you got Bijan, and really a part of it, too, is Desmond Ridder's not good at all.
Yeah, facts. Kyle Pitts in San Francisco's offense, or well, maybe not San Francisco, but you get what I'm saying.
Just like
maybe like a Chargers offense.
Sean McVay of the Rams.
Yeah, would be really good.
Or any just pass offense, really. Like he would be. He's more of a hybrid receiver than tight end. I don't know really how good his run blocking is, but not to get down too far of a rabbit hole. But
not a big Kyle Pitts fan, but
he was drafted very high too, which is crazy.
Yeah, he was a top 10 pick. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I want to say maybe close to. He might be a top 5 pick.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I wasn't sure if he was quite that high. But yeah, he might have been
4 maybe. But God, imagine drafting a tight end that high.
I'm gonna pull up Reed's record real quick for the week.
I think he went 7 and something. I think.
What was he on the year as well?
He freaking told me earlier today, so I have this information.
7-9 on the week, and he's 36-44 on the year. It was actually really funny when I asked him if he just wanted us to read off his picks or to say his record and whatever. Or if he wanted to do a solo episode, he's like, no, my picks have been so bad, you guys should just do it. Don't even want to waste his time.
I'm curious to hear...
He's the only one of us that's below 500.
Yeah. That's kind of shocking, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed it. Yeah.
But,
I mean, honestly, I would have thought of this all to go well.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what his picks are for this week.
Yeah. If you didn't get him sent over, I don't know. He might end up having to do a solo episode anyways if he wants to get him out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and move forward to week 6 here. Already,
It's crazy.
yeah, getting close to halfway through the year. Really starting to get a decent feel for what some of these teams are.
Yeah. Pretty good feel. There's a team that could surprise still.
Oh yeah, there's probably a couple.
Kind of once you reach that trade deadline is really like.
Yeah.
You know,
and this could be a busy year too.
Oh yeah, especially with the draft coming.
Yeah.
Like how deep this class is. So.
I guess we'll jump right into it. What's the score of the game going on right now? The Chiefs Broncos. I have the Chiefs.
3-0. I think everyone has the Chiefs. Just to make that clear, it's 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. So
Chiefs. All right.
Yeah, Chiefs are up 3-0 right now.
2 minutes to go in the first. Okay.
You know, like I think people expect the Chiefs to blow them out, but it is a divisional game, and divisional games are weird sometimes. So it could be closer than people think, but I still think the Chiefs will get it done. Unless they somehow, some way figure it out, all of a sudden Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. Not that Russell Wilson's been bad, but
he's not the problem this year.
He really isn't. It's just their team overall.
Yeah, it's just like now Denver's bad.
Maybe Sean Payton should have opened his mouth.
Yeah,
too soon, 'cause he looks like a dumbass now.
It kind of feels like they went from being a quarterback away to now they just got the quarterback, and now you got to rebuild the rest of the team.
Yeah, no, they put out that Jerry Judy's available for trades. So.
Yeah.
They're
you know,
going,
I wish that had happened way before. I wish they had done that the off season, and maybe we could have made a run on him. Because I know there's been some interest for him from New England. But
I think, that would be a good spot for him. But
it's not happening now.
Yeah, no, especially their asking price too. I wouldn't pay.
What's their asking price?
I think they were looking for a first-round pick before the season started. But they
Yeah.
probably would settle for a second. But even then, man,
For Jerry Judy, they're tweaking.
I would probably give them a third or fourth.
They're tweaking. Yeah, that's not happening. Like third or fourth would be a good deal.
That's your upside. Plus, he's like got a year left on his deal.
Yeah.
That's if you pick up his 5th-year option.
Yeah, he's still got so much to prove. He has not lived up to his hype yet.
And
I'm a Jerry Judy guy. I like him.
And then they also cut Frank Clark. It really looks like they're kind of going in on a tank mode.
Yeah.
Which, they have I don't blame them, but their roster's so bad that if they do get...
They're stuck with Sean Payton, so they kind of have to.
I think they will ruin a quarterback if they take one. I really do.
They're stuck with Russ for right now. At least
unless someone used that money. But I think that would be silly to... Even if you had, like, let's say a top 3 or 4 pick and took one of the 2 quarterbacks that are projected to go, I think they'd ruin them just because they have such a bad roster.
I agree, and I think but when the team is as bad as it is around them now, you can still get those good picks while keeping the quarterback.
Yeah.
If you can continue to, like, bring Russ back to life over the next couple years, maybe, and then retool the team a little bit. The Broncos have proven they know how to draft defensive players, so maybe, a couple drafts, they retool their defense, a couple free agencies.
Yeah, their defense shouldn't be too long to turn around, but they need some skill players.
Yes, they need to retool
really
the
bad.
Skill. Cortland Sutton hasn't really panned out. Jerry Judy,
No.
mostly due to injury, I would say, hasn't
looks like he has some potential.
Yeah, but
even then,
that's only worth so much.
Yeah, especially when you don't have anyone else. And I thought the running back, Javonte Williams, was supposed to be a lot better, but it turns out
I never really bought into him. He's pretty mid.
Yeah, it's
pretty mid.
Just a jag, just a guy. So, yeah.
But as long as Sean Payton's their coach, I love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have anything against the Broncos at all. It's just Sean Payton.
Yeah.
I think I made that clear pretty much every time we talk about it.
Yeah. I will never miss an opportunity to talk down on Sean Payton. Going on forward to some of the Sunday games, Ravens at Titans. I'm taking the Ravens in a close one, 21-20. Right now, they're minus 205 favorites, 4-point spread on FanDuel. Kind of a low-scoring total, 41.5. Yeah, I mean, I guess I have it right about the total.
I think it's going to be pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be an early game. It's in London, isn't it?
Is it? I'm not sure.
Yep, let's see. 30 game.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
That kind of makes me want to adjust.
That does make things interesting, but with how inconsistent Tennessee is, man.
Yeah,
Baltimore just had a very sour. They have a sour taste in their mouth after losing to Pittsburgh last week.
Yeah.
So I think they'll bounce back.
I don't think their defense can do anything to stop Baltimore's offense.
No. Definitely not.
The Tennessee's defense doesn't really have any strength, and their biggest weakness.
They have a good run D, I think. Or at least did, but I don't know.
I think it started off great. I thought it kind of fizzed out. Maybe I'm wrong.
It has.
Would normally have that ready, but I am a bit behind this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going with the Ravens. I don't trust the Titans yet. I'm not buying into the offense. Derrick Henry's
looks like he's kind of
off and on. I feel like maybe not off the cliff, but
I think he's there.
He's hanging out at the cliff. Yeah, I was about to say he's hanging out.
He's got his ticket ready. He's just waiting to be picked up.
Yeah,
he's gone.
Yeah, he would really do well if the Titans realize their year's over and then maybe they try to trade him. He would do well going to a team where he's splitting reps with someone and getting like 10, 15 carries a game, and you can just let him workhorse 10, 15 carries. Yeah, and be a good goal line back, good third down back,
for sure,
and scheme him up that way. But it would have to be to someone who's going to use him right and scheme him right.
Yeah, because he's had a lot of wear and tear on his body now. So
yeah.
Yeah, Ravens should win that in a close one. Probably like a 23-20, 2017. It's going to be low scoring. It's going to be a sloppy, ugly game.
Yeah. Going forward, 49ers versus the Browns. Actually, I think
Sean
the
Watson
Browns defense can low-key hang. I was wondering about that if he was going to play, but I don't think the Browns offense, even with Watson, can keep up with the 49ers defense.
I think the Browns have the best defense in the league.
Yeah,
I don't think it's even particularly close. Like I've seen some kind of like a graph is showing like how good their defense is, and they're like miles above like the next defense. Yeah, they are so good, but they just don't have anyone on offense to complement that team.
Yeah, it's a damn shame Chubb got hurt. That's
really
absolutely tragic.
What's going on with Watson? Did he hurt his shoulder picking up his paycheck or something, or what? For sakes, man! Like, are you kidding me? You're paying him that much money, and you're like, "Oh, my shoulder hurts." Like, get out of here, dude. This is professional football. Like, unless you tore something, be the quarterback of that team.
Yeah, they got
inexcusable.
It's got to be frustrating to be a Browns fan. I can't even imagine.
Oh, I mean, like, not even just this era of Browns football.
Just all time, yeah. The realest fans in the NFL, maybe, honestly.
Yeah, they really are. Like, you see a Browns fan, you almost got like
that's
respect,
dedication.
Dude.
It is. It's always. It's like I respect that.
Yeah,
You're loyal.
Like,
that's
wow.
loyalty.
Especially when you're not from Cleveland.
If this person tells me they like me, I believe them. I trust you.
That's a loyal person right there. But yeah, no, that San Francisco should win this by probably 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, like
even,
I said.
Maybe even by 40. I don't even know. It could get that bad.
Is the Browns' defense probably better than the 49ers? Yes. But I think the 49ers' offense is better equipped to compete with the Browns' defense than the Browns' offense is to compete with the 49ers' defense.
And Shanahan's such a...
The coaching discrepancy as well. Yeah.
Not just Stefanski's that bad.
Is like a scrub coach, but... He's obviously a level above. Or Shanahan's obviously a level above Stefanski. So.
He's a level above a lot of coaches.
Yeah. Above most coaches. Yeah, that's not a knock on Stefanski.
Really shocking he hasn't won a Super Bowl.
Shanahan thinks.
If Garoppolo didn't. Well, his dad won 3.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, maybe his dad won up all the Super Bowls for the family.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he was damn good, so.
Yeah.
Niners roll.
Yes, they do. Commanders at Falcons. I'm going to take the Falcons like a 24-21-ish kind of game. Currently, they are the favorites by 2.5 points.
Yeah.
It's a 42-point total. So a little bit over there, but I'm guessing. Yeah, Falcons just kind of like what we kind of already, I guess, said what we got to say about the Falcons. So I'll go into the Commanders and just I haven't followed him super close this year. Sam Howell seems like not a bust, but like yet to prove he's a franchise QB.
Yeah.
Which obviously it's 6 weeks in. You can't count on. Oh, duh. Well, 6 weeks in the second year. Did he play last year?
Towards the end of the year, I think they finally got him in some playing time, which is not a lot. Still, like this is almost like his first full year.
Yeah. That's
taking
why I
control
keep feeling like he's a rookie.
But he does have some athletic traits that it could translate into being a franchise QB. But we'll see. And Falcons are at home. Falcons are they're not a bad team. They very well can make the playoffs. I got them at home.
In that division, although it's going to be so low-key competitive in that division.
Is. Like the Bucks, dude.
Yeah.
And the Saints look like...
The Saints have one of the best defenses in the league.
And they got Kamara back, so that's...
Yeah, and Kamara's looking like pretty good.
I think those 4 games off for him really helped.
Yeah. If Carr gets healthy and can get the ball downfield to some of these playmakers, that offense can be really good. Because Michael Thomas, he doesn't look like old Michael Thomas, but he
had a good game last week.
He looks like a damn good number 2.
70 yards or something like that.
Yeah, he looks like a damn good receiver still. So, it's right there for the Saints. That kind of comes down to Derek Carr and the defense holding up throughout the year, which I think it will.
Their defense.
They've got good guys, playmakers. They got Lattimore at cornerback. They got Pete Warner at linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple of other dudes.
Cam Jordan obviously is a part of that defense. So
they got dudes. They got dudes there in New Orleans for sure. But yeah, and then like the Falcons, their defense is not terrible. It's respectable. And this offense, I mean, it's tough to stop. They know, like I said earlier, they know what they do and they do it well.
I think they got a good quarterback and they could really do some damage.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with the Falcons too in a close one. Ron Rivera. I think he still has a job because he had a 15-1 season, a Super Bowl appearance, but he's just a bad coach. A really, really bad coach.
Yeah. He's way past his time.
He's
not adapted at all.
I don't mean to take shots, but like he still also has a job because he had cancer and they felt bad.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that too.
So I mean, it's like, do you really fire a guy when he's going through that? Like, I mean, especially when your team's already bad. Like, so, but yeah, Falcons roll.
Alrighty, Panthers at Dolphins. Probably don't need to waste a lot of time on this one. Dolphins roll easy, obviously. Panthers don't look good. Dolphins, they do look pretty good.
Yeah, Dolphins probably have they have a top 2 offense. It's either them or San Francisco right now. Don't really need to take time to breaking this one down. Dolphins are gonna steamroll them at home.
I got 38-17. Not even close.
I wouldn't be surprised if they score 40. So,
a game I do have being closer is your Vikings getting their second win of the year, 31-28 against the Bears. You think your Vikings gonna win this week?
I don't actually. JJ out. I think I could see a little sugar high they get from JJ being out. Like, oh, let's rally around, But I think that's not in the Vikings' DNA, and it never has been, and they're going to fall flat. And Justin Fields and the Bears look like they have looked decent the last 2 weeks and kind of starting to figure things out a little bit. I expect it to be pretty close, but I actually have the Chicago Bears winning 27-23.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, the Bears do look...
and they're at home, too.
Yeah. But,
I mean, it's a KJ Osborne. I mean, Jordan Addison, Alex Madison. Is that the group that's going to lead them to victory behind Kirk?
Against the Bears, maybe.
Maybe. But, maybe. They are 3-point favorites, but I don't buy it. I don't buy it from
Bears' offenses look better the last couple weeks. Their defense hasn't, though.
Yeah, and I mean, their Vikings they're right up there with the Bears on how bad their defense is.
Yeah, that's facts. I do think it's going to be a close game and fairly high scoring.
Yeah.
Next game, Colts at Jaguars. I got the Jaguars 24-21 AFC South battle. Yeah, just kind of all Jacksonville's games have kind of been kind of gritty this year, I feel like, or at least the most of them anyways. And I think they just kind of grit out a win here against the Colts.
Yeah, Colts are really competitive, man. Is Minshew starting now with Richardson and IR?
Yeah, and Richardson could be out for 8 weeks.
Yeah, I like his future. I think he's going to be really good. But Jaguars are at home. I think they're going to get some momentum going. Lawrence looked like he turned a corner this season and had a really good game last week. Yeah, I'm going to take the Jags at home. I don't think they cover that 4 point. I don't know if it's the same on FanDuel, but yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. 3-point game, probably.
All right. So I was looking at some fantasy chat in here. Someone getting points. Something weird with points going on. I'm not exactly sure. Going forward to the next game, Saints at Texans. Kind of touched on the Saints a little bit earlier. I think they grit this one out as well. Do another kind of gritty game.
Mm-hmm.
Both South Division teams, obviously in different conferences, but
yeah.
I'm going to take the Saints 2017.
Yeah, this is going to be a close game. The Texans are so feisty. I like their head coach. They're going to get that defense in a couple of years. They're going to be really, really good. But I'm going to take New Orleans, like 24-21, something like that. Close game. But I like the Texans' future for sure. Minus even if C.J. Stroud is a bust or not. So
Yeah,
I think they're going
which I don't think he is. But.
No, it looks like he is going to be, at worst, a starting quarterback in this league. So
Definitely.
yeah.
After that, we got Seahawks at Bengals. I'm thinking Joe Burrow kind of got his feet, or his calf going under him last week. And he's continued to improve each week, so I think he continues getting back to Joe Burrow form here against a defense that isn't that great. I don't think it's quite worse in the league, but
a couple corners that are alright. But
yeah, but I think Joe Burrow goes to town, but we'll see. Maybe I shouldn't say that because every time I've said Joe Burrow's going to be good this year, he hasn't been, and then one time I said he wasn't going to be, he was. So maybe I should say Joe Burrow's going to suck ass. Yeah,
that'd be good for your fantasy, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've turned a corner. It's gonna be a really close game. Seattle's no slouch.
Yeah, not at all.
They are a very competitive team, very well coached. Bengals are at home. Jamar Chase just came off his best game of quite possibly his career. And obviously DK Metcalf just gave Jamar Chase some motivation by saying, I think Witherspoon's going to shut him down or something. So
I'm sure his quarterback appreciated that.
Yeah, I was like, thanks, guy. I got to go up against one of the top.
Now I got to really show out.
Yeah.
Now the pressure's really on.
Thanks, guy.
Appreciate that one.
I would take a 31-27 victory, Cincinnati. Be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I think that's valid. My Patriots at the Raiders. I think Raiders like 20-9. I don't even think we score a touchdown. I think we kick like 3 field goals.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think.
Honestly.
I mean,
who's gonna score that touchdown? Who scored a touchdown on that offense?
Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, right. Bro's averaging like 2.1 yards a carry.
Man, I need it for my fantasy.
No, you don't. You're imploding for the Trody.
You're right, bro. I am. But no, I got the Raiders. No matter how poorly coached they are. Honestly, dude, like as bad as the Patriots are, they could win this game because Josh McDaniels is so bad at coaching that they could just put themselves in a position.
He's beat Bill Belichick twice.
Backdoor. Yeah, I know, but like, it's still Josh McDaniels. I'm gonna take the Raiders, obviously, but more like a 24-10 game.
I wouldn't be surprised if they light us up for 30. Like that ass. If Jacoby and Devontae are both playing,
I really hope
it wouldn't shock me even a little
Yeah,
bit.
Jacoby is a blessing for fantasy and also just his career. Like he's got your place where if someone can throw him the damn ball, he can make some plays. But yeah,
that's not New England.
That's we had the opportunity. Could have, but you paid fucking what's it?
Well, even if we had paid him, we wouldn't have gotten him the ball. It's not like it would have made a difference. He wouldn't be doing what he's doing this year.
Yeah, well, maybe if you
yeah.
fucking draft a receiver worth of shit. Quarterback and
go tell Bill. Go tell Bill. We pass on him for about 20 years now. Before my blood pressure goes up any farther. Lions at Buccaneers. I'm going Buccaneers 31-30 and probably my upset of the week, I would say.
I like that.
I think if Rashad White can establish a little bit of a ground game for the Buccaneers, I know that's easier said than done against the Lions because they're kind of a shit brick house right now. But if he can do that at home, I like their ability to get to pass the ball and maybe get some air yards going. And I think they can slow down David Montgomery.
Or scoff in the passing.
Yeah, and I think they can hang on defense. So I think it will if they do it, it's going to be a close game. They're not going to win by a blowout. But yeah, I'm going with Buccaneers.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot. It's going to be a good game. Lions on the road. It's Tampa. Tampa Bay's got a decent squad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take the Lions in a very, very close game. I don't think they're gonna cover. I think it's gonna be like 25-24, something like that. Some weird score, 20-27, something like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, really, if they can stop the run against Detroit, they have a really big shot.
And they do have a front seven that
They do.
might be able to do it. I'm not going to say they can't do
Is Mike
it.
Evans healthy?
I think he's expected to play,
Okay.
as far as I know.
That could change some things. But yeah, I'm going to roll with the Lions still. With that, I do like that Bucks pick for sure.
Going forward, Cardinals at Rams. I'm going Rams. Cardinals are a fun story that they're not as bad as we thought they were going to be, but they're still bad.
They are.
So I'm taking the Rams, who I think might be the team that I don't know what the term would be for it on that I said was going to be bad this year, but it's actually really good. That
Rams?
I was my freezing cold take team, I guess. That might be the Rams for me this year. So I had them. I might have had them last in the division, maybe third in the division. No, I had them.
There's no way you had it.
No, I remember now. I had the Cardinals like 2. Yeah. I had the Cardinals getting like 2 or 3 wins.
You might have had the Rams win like 6 or 7.
Yeah, the Rams were third. I think it was like 7 wins. Now that I'm thinking back to it, they might beat that. They might be a 10-win team and sneak into the playoffs, especially now that Cup's coming back.
Very possible.
If their defense can be respectable throughout the year, their offense I think has shown that they're going to be able to do their end of the bargain for the most part, anyways.
Their offense is going to be there as long as Stafford's healthy. I'm also rolling with the Rams at home. I would like the upset if James Conner was healthy. He's on IR now. He might not play for the rest of the year. I don't know. Yeah, Rams roll. They have cut back. Stafford looks like he's playing pretty well.
Yeah.
So.
A game that going forward, I guess I don't really expect to be close, but I would not be surprised if this game was an upset. I'm talking about Eagles at Jets, and I am going Eagles 27-17. I would not be surprised if the Jets could get the upset up here.
Jets are they got a very good defense. Zach Wilson looks like he is kind of progressing a little bit, but I'm still going to roll 31-14 Philadelphia.
Okay.
It's just, I think they're like the second or third best team in the NFL right now.
Yeah, have they lost a game yet?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
How many undefeated teams are there still, do you know?
We got San Fran, Philadelphia. Those 2, I think.
Just those 2?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, that's crazy, actually. By week 6, already down to just 2 teams undefeated? Normally it's like week 7 or 8, I feel like.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite that far, but I don't know.
San Fran, Philly. Yeah. So our other division winner or leaders are Miami at 1 loss, Pittsburgh at 2 losses, Jacksonville's 2 losses. Yeah, KC, if they didn't stumble against Detroit week 1, they'd be one of them too. But you play the game, so yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Eagles. The Jets had Rodgers, man.
It would be such a different year right now.
Such a different story, yeah.
We can. I might get into that a little bit, talking about Garrett Wilson later. Definitely at some points this year, I'm sure. Going forward, Giants at Bills. I'm taking the Bills 31-27. Bills coming off a disappointing loss last week. Oh, wait. Who's starting for... Daniel Jones isn't playing, is he?
I don't think so.
It's Tyrod Taylor. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to adjust my score because Tyrod's respectable. I guess it has been a while since he has played, hasn't it?
Yeah, but he's a veteran. He's started quite a bit of games.
Yeah, he's as top tier of a backup as there has been over the years. Yeah, I'm not going to change my score off that. Maybe 24 instead of 27, but nothing too drastic. And I made that prediction thinking Jones was in there, but yeah. Giants slowly getting it together. Very, very slowly. I guess until Jones got hurt, they were starting to get the ball to Slayton a little bit more. He was starting to... His averages were going up a little bit.
Yeah, Saquon going out didn't help them any.
No, it didn't. And I'm telling you, get Sterling Shepard going. Get Sterling Shepard going.
I feel like they've been trying to get him going since he's been drafted.
And every single time he does, he plays like he's so good.
He's hurt.
I guarantee you, he still plays well. How long will he play well for? That's a great question.
I really loved him in college, I'll tell you that. He's a serious.
And he's been great when he's on the field as a pro. He's been a top tier slot receiver.
Talent is not the issue. It's production.
Yeah,
it's his health.
Yeah, he is. It's just you hate to see it because he is.
And that's really a Sunday night game. What a terrible, terrible. I mean, I guess.
It's because ratings-wise, there's so many Giants and Bills fans out there.
Well, because Brian Daboll used to be the OC for the Bills, and they probably thought the Giants were going to be good this year.
Or better, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, Bills are going to roll. They're going to... Yeah, I'm going to take the points, too. They're going to kick the shit out of them. Probably by 20. Probably like a 40 to 15.
And taking the 14.5, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a slaughterhouse, dude. Yeah. That's what I was saying, dude, on last week. It's like they didn't give Jones a contract, man. They just, not to say that they wouldn't. If you had the number 1 pick and you were under contract with Jones for another 4 years, would you still take Caleb Williams and just cut your losses? Try to trade him for anything? Or just straight up cut him and eat that money for I guarantee you his money isn't guaranteed throughout the whole contract, so you probably would get some relief after maybe 2 or 3 years, but or what would you do in that position? I mean, they're obviously going to be that bad.
At this point in time, they've already made that deal. Yeah. I would worry about their other issues. They can upgrade receivers in skill position, upgrade offensive
Marvin
line,
Harrison Jr.,
work on their defense, and those kind of things. Because you're already stuck in that contract. There's no point in just eating it and taking another position that you already have. Because Daniel Jones has proven that is he going to be an all-time quarterback? Is he going to be the next Eli? Probably not. But he's a starter. He can be a starter. I think if he's got the right tools around him. And yeah, like you said earlier, Saquon going down at the beginning of the year did not help. The Giants should probably are one of those teams should probably just look towards a draft pick for this year, especially in division. You got the Cowboys and the Eagles right there.
Really just build up the trenches. I think their offensive line is horrible.
Yeah, build up your offensive line so Daniel Jones can run when it's good, when it's nice for him.
He is very athletic.
Dude can move. But when you're being forced to move out of the pocket and don't have time to make throws, that's also hard on a young quarterback. I guess how many years has he been in the league now? 4?
This is his
fifth.
Yeah.
So
just wild.
hard to call my young quarterback now, but
first round top 10 pick, didn't pick up his 5th-year option and then extended him for a freaking massive deal with $45 million a year.
yeah.
Doesn't make sense. That franchise
Yeah. Why wouldn't you take that and then extend him? Yeah.
it's so dumb.
Yeah, it is.
Sort of just picked up his option, let another year ride and see if he could prove it again.
Yeah.
But that's Giants.
It is what it is. You're not going to get any pity for the Giants from me, being
Definitely
a Patriots fan. Last game, the Monday night game, Cowboys at Chargers. I'm going the Cowboys 27-24. This one's kind of a toss-up for me. If you told me the Chargers by the same score, I'd say, okay, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Chargers this game. They're at home. They won 2 in a row. They kind of started off a little shaky, but yeah, Justin Herbert's balling out, and I think the momentum continues, and they win a pretty close game. Yeah, like a 30-27, 27-24, somewhere along the lines like that. Maybe like 33-30. It's gonna be high scoring, but
Yeah. Hopefully to CD Lamb.
Dak better get his act together first before that starts happening.
Yeah. We can get into some more of that, I'm sure, in the fantasy episode, because I know we'll talk about some transactions, so both those guys will get brought up. But that actually will, I think, wrap it up for this Week 6 preview. God, like we said earlier, crazy to think we're already Week 6, getting close halfway through the year. Excited about it, though. Even though the Patriots aren't... Stop. All right. Yeah. So, follow us on Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. Tell all your friends. All that good stuff that you're supposed to say at a podcast. And we'll see you guys later. Hopefully with reads. Bye.
All right, see you guys.